These are SPI Spartans, and they were meant to release in the cancelled Halo Mega Modular Firebases. And in today's video, we're going to break down every single image, every leak that has ever come out about these cancelled Firebases. This is the ultimate definitive guide to what could have been. Folks, this archive episode is obviously going to tug at the heartstrings because this is what should have been. This is the buildable modular Firebases, and they are the most beautiful things. Like, I've seen these in person, they're phenomenal, and it just pains me that we're never going to get them. So this is the most definitive breakdown of everything Firebase related. I'm going to talk you through all the lore, exactly what would have happened, and this is all public information. This is pieced together from open sourced knowledge. What am I talking about? It's on the internet, but it's hard to find these days. It's harder and harder to track down everything, so I've compiled everything that's ever been shared publicly into this playlist, and this is going to help talk you through and kind of get you a little bit annoyed. I mean, I was pretty not surprised, but like taken back by just how many people were upset with my Gravemind video, because that is a buildable Gravemind. It's unbelievable that we never saw that. I don't even know where my Gravemind stuff is right now, but it was so sad. It like, oh no, I lost my Gravemind. Yeah, so sad that this never came out. And in this packet of information that was uploaded as a document online, we also got this picture of the Firebases, and we've got a slightly higher resolution version here. So this is the Mega Archive, and in the Mega Archive, even if it pains me to do it, we have to talk through everything that has been lost. And this comprises of like two main key components, right? There's the Firebases, the modular Firebases, and then I've lost my I've lost everything. And then there's the Fire Teams, Fire Team Ruby and Fire Team Cobalt. And I'm going to talk through them in the next episode because there's so much to talk through. You know, I want to be as thorough as possible. But these modular Firebases were essentially going to come in a few different components, but they were modular. All of these pieces could be removed and docked back into each other and used to customize and create endless Halo infinite possibilities. And in the dossier that we received that was uploaded online, again, I should know where I'm scrolling before I'm going everywhere. I'm so sorry. In this dossier, it also said 6 mega-themed multiplayer maps available worldwide. Now, some people have called this fake. I guarantee it's not, because of some of the assets that were shared in there, like this asset here. This didn't exist before, and there's no universe that AI created this, literally none. So these are real, and I think based on the this document that was uploaded, it seems like there were meant to be Halo Infinite Mega multiplayer maps, whatever that means, mega themed multiplayer maps. I assume to coincide with the launch of this, which would have been probably in like season 4 or 5, if the and this is what failed Mega so badly, and this is what people don't really talk about or respect when it comes to Mega. Mega was failed. Oh, come on, alarms. Don't be telling me an alarm when I'm talking about the failure of Mega. Mega failed because of Halo Infinite, and that's, I mean, yes, they could have pivoted in a lot of ways. They could have released a Gravemind and sold 1 million copies, but they lost because of Halo Infinite. And it makes sense that Halo Infinite or Microsoft would have wanted these modular Firebase sets centered around Halo Infinite multiplayer. But once they were ready, by the time they were ready, we were meant to be on season 10 or 11, and we were on season 4 or whatever it was. It just got, like, Halo Infinite, it stopped to a stagnant, like, crawl, right? It just was meant to have seasons every, I don't even know the original roadmap, every month or two, and then it just became every, like, 6 months for a while. So this is the Arctic Burn Wasp. This is the only part of this modular Firebase lot that we got. Why the Wasp? I mean, Mega probably wanted to play it safe and just release vehicles, because vehicles are the thing that have sold well in the past. This is actually ripped off the back of one of the packagings, and I'll get into all of this. But let's talk about DLC, and let's set the stage. Let's understand where we came from. DLC has been a big part of Mega Bloks over the years. It started with Halo 5 Guardians. You could get these block nameplates and banners from collecting certain Mega Constructs products. These are two great examples, but it came in loads of different products. Halo 5 rec packs, you got a gold rec pack, and inside you would get this and whatever else randomized stuff. And yeah, there's some other examples, the dual mode Warthog and the Wraith Ambush. It was cool, and Halo 5 also had a contest. I just wanted to mention this quickly because it was to do with rec packs. Build your gear, shout out to Mega Constructs News, now Mattel Brickshop News, because they delivered some of this information. But yeah, the first place winner was this Cronus Armor Helmet, which is so dope. Shout out to Shipmaster Kainu. But yeah, you could get these banners. So they've had this kind of DLC for a while. For Halo Infinite, they obviously wanted to go much bigger, and they had these 4 DLCs at the launch. Well, it was meant to be at the launch of Halo Infinite, but Halo Infinite got delayed by a year, so all these sets came out in 2020, which again crippled Mega's chance at success because all of these were on the toy shelf and there wasn't even a game for another year, and there hadn't been a game for 6 years. So, a mainline game anyway. So you could get 4 different DLCs. This sticker, this ULC code, is very rare. I have a Warthog Rally with that code on, and at one point the Warthog Rally, this is the skin, the armor coating, this was going, action block coating was going for like hundreds of dollars. I had someone track me down at a Halo Infinite live event and was like, hey, you're the Mega Bloks guy, can you get me this code? I desperately need it. And I couldn't because they were so hard to find. Yeah, the energy sword, you got the micro action weapon charm, and the Pro Builder nameplate with the Marine Platoon pack. Then here's the thing that always just baffled me. The Pelican Inbound, you get a Warthog coating, but then the Warthog, you get an armor coating. Why not put the Warthog coating with the Warthog? It made zero sense to me. Unreal. Really weird choice. So DLC, they'd done DLC before, and it was clear from these sets that we were meant to get DLC as well. It was pretty limited, but in 2024, when the Warzone Wasp actually came out, so like fall 2024 was probably when this was all slated, if you believe that document that was online. So the Warzone Wasp had a DLC, I think it was only in America, and it was pretty limited, but the DLC eventually unlocked the Arctic Burn Wasp coating, which when they made them compatible, it was for every coating. So now you can get it on all of the vehicles just from that one coating. It's pretty damn cool. I don't know if it's in the exchange yet, but there were leaks online from like in-game data miners of other DLCs related to Mega Bloks. This emblem and this SPI weapon charm, and both of those never saw the light of day until they were back onto the exchange. So they were meant to come out in sets, obviously. I mean, come on. The Wasp had the Wasp coating. This would have obviously come in the set with the figure, and we'll get to what set that is, right? We've got the SPI there, and then we've got this emblem. Shout out to Demarcation Media, because that is all the 3 Sierra Mirage figures. So it was clear that this was the Mega Bloks coating, and here you can see the Mega Bloks coating applied, and then it became a Twitch drop. So it was obvious that there were 3 DLCs, right? The weapon coating, the armor coating, the weapon charm, and the emblem. And lo and behold, there were 3 sets, right? So that makes sense. I mean, there were two sets in the. There were 2 sets and then the Wasp. So I'm not quite sure where the emblem was meant to go, but these, shout out to Dana Sissians. If there's a tag, that's the user that uploaded these images. If not, then they either want to be anonymous or there is no source that we can find. So these images are of the sets. The sets exist, and it pains me. But here are the 2 sets. The Modular Operations Center and the Modular Operations Complex. And you can see the modular section working there and working there. You can see them all clipping on together. And you just think, like, some of the custom builders in the community, And this is the crazy thing, because, like, you know, sellers are Warzone Wasp, and everyone's going to buy one if they're going to buy one. Like, it's fine, it's a white Wasp, but sell this, and, like, some of us will, I would buy, if they were a good price, I would buy 20 of these. Legitimately, I would. They would just, they would, I mean, look at that. Look at that. All the different combinations. I mean, 4 of the combinations, there's millions of combinations. Customize your own operations center. So yeah, you can see the 3 sets. Oh, I guess, yeah, so maybe the emblem would have come in the fire teams. That's a pretty good shout. Emblems in the fire team, and then it would have been the armor coating in this one, and then the SPI weapon charm in this one. Maybe because the SPI is actually in that base, right? So the SPI is in that set, so it would make sense that the DLC came with it. It's interesting that these don't have DLC stickers on, but then again, they probably all run out the factory the same, and then they're slapped on with the sticker at a later date, so it kind of does make sense that they don't have the stickers in these images. Also, like, I will just say, quickly, it's weak box art, man. It's weak. I don't, like, it just doesn't inspire much of anything for me. I know what they're trying to do. They had even more simplicity. I at least appreciate the schematics. This is quite similar to, like, the reveal imagery for Multiplayer Mayhem. I don't know if I put that in there. Yeah, so it's similar to, like, the Multiplayer Mayhem schematics, which kind of shows, right, this is the Fan Vote 2023. This was meant to come alongside, basically, the Firebases, as, like, they were all Halo Infinite themed, right? So it just makes sense that they would have all been together. But we've got our 2 sets, the Modular Operation Center and the Modular Observation Complex. I don't like the packaging that much. I like the back more, funnily enough. And there's 2 options for your observation complex. You can even see the 13 modules. So they're actually branded as modules that can all clip together. Let's see if it's similar for this one. Yeah, 26 modules included. Interesting how they're putting the turrets as modules, but I mean, I guess it checks out. That makes sense to me. And there's the one that we ripped for that first image. Really nice, just showing off what happens when you combine all 5 of those sets. Expand your collection. Very, very cool. Also, we're going to get into the figures. The figures break my heart, man. I want them so badly. All right, 2024 rolls along. We get the Warzone Wasp. It's fine. I think it's all right. This is like, it's just fine. It's, I mean, I get it, right? If you have to release one of them, it kind of makes sense to just release the vehicle because the vehicle is on its own, but at the same time, pains me. I would have loved something else there. But here we are. So we've got the observation complex, and the interesting thing about this one is this is actually in hand with Dana Sissians on Reddit. Shout out to you, don't spam them asking for it. But yeah, it's actually in someone's hands, and they built it up. The set includes 2 walls, a bunker, 2 observation towers, a machine gun position, 4 support poles, and a radar. So they're the modules. So you build up all the modules as per the instruction manual, and then it's how you sort of dock them all together. So really nice schematics, very similar to the builder's box. But the most impressive thing about this set is that it can be combined into different combinations by connecting these technological components. Yeah. And we've seen these in the 2015 Firebase, but this is on a whole different level. Look at that. So they slot in like that, and then you've got, different types of modules, and they can connect in. Hopefully they don't snap easily. And look at that. It's just so beautiful, man. That's art. I would pay... God, if I saw that on eBay and it was like a Chinese seller, I'd drop $200 on it right now. I might drop $250 just to own it. It's crazy. Nice UNSC logo on the radar dish. Wow. Yeah, it would have just looked so good with an army, because by this point, we're 3 or 4 years in, everyone's got an army of Halo Infinite Marines, man. They came in every set for a while. So you can see, look at that. Look at that. That is so sick, man. Oof, that is so sick. Wow, the number of combinations, the number of different videos I would have made with this. So is that all from 1 or is that from 2? It's probably from 1 if they've only got 1 radar dish. That's crazy. Brother, the Modular Observation Complex. Let's talk about the figures. We've got the bags there, and then the figures, we've got two. We've got the Mark 7 and the SPI. The SPI I thankfully own, but I wish more people did. And it came with the Pulse Carbine, which still to this day, we haven't seen a single Pulse Carbine, not that, to my knowledge, appear on eBay. Apparently that just hasn't shown up. But that's the Pulse Carbine, the two figures, and then you've got the Modular Operations Center, Modular Operations Center. So I'm sorry if this is painful to look at. It is to me. Brian MCX, classic leaker of different products, and look at that. Is it the Dragonborn shoulders or something like that? The Yoroi like Dragonborn or whatever it is. Amazing. We've had a few Yorois. They're very popular. Hero 17 Yoroi is the king, and a SPI with that Mirage coating as well. It's pretty incredible. So this is Zealocidal Pop, who has made a custom version. So this is not the actual one, but it's pretty damn close. It's really impressive. I wanted to definitely make sure to include it because it's actually really nice. So you gotta respect that they even try to mock up the exact turret as well. They did a really good job with this. So yeah, there's the four figures, right? So it's only 2 figures per set, which for the modular Firebase, it's like, I get it. It's like people want to army build these. SPI is good for army building. Just buy a ton of them. So we get 1 SPI per set, and then a Mark 7 and a Yoroi. So the only new armor is all of the SPI and the Dragon shoulders. And the SPI, I have a feeling, I saw a couple of comments about this, I have a feeling this SPI will make it into the Chinese sellers' hands and be reproduced. It would be crazy if they weren't. So modular sets inspired mock. Yeah, so shout out to Do-Not77. They also gave an attempt at making one of these modular bases, and they also did really well. If you come across, or if you decide to make your own, please do tag me on social medias. I was just really happy to see that quite a few people have attempted to rebuild these. And here's the most painful picture of all, the combination. What could have been. I don't know what that figure is. I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell what these figures are. Shout out to that Mega on the flag there, I think it is. Yeah, this is the end game, right? This is what Mega was aiming to achieve with these modular Firebases. And God, I would have loved that. I would have loved that so much. The other asset from this document online is showing some of the armor coatings, vehicle coatings, weapon charm, and emblem. So one of all 4 of the different types of Halo Infinite customization, which is cool. And here's that back of the box ripped and slightly enhanced. The enhancement has like done a number on our poor Yoroi over there, but it is a cool enhancement to just get an idea of like what this set would have looked like. And it would have looked absolutely beautiful. I would have bought this 1,000 times over. And yeah, I mean, do we start a petition? I always say this. I don't know if a petition's the right move, but it's just what could have been, man. It's what could have been and what should have been, and it's a combination of things. It's so many things. It's Halo Infinite's poor performance. It's probably Microsoft moving on. It's Mattel Brick Shop launching, Mega being completely reworked from the ground up, the Bethesda merger with Microsoft. There's so many components. Who's to say? I know sales weren't doing well, but like, this would have done well. Also, what was Mattel? I don't even remember the name. It was just such a Gone with the Wind moment. Mattel, you know, Mattel Shop. What the hell is the Mattel Creations? I mean, like, what was the point of this thing? Like, you could have easily just put the Halo stuff. I bet there's nothing now. You could have easily just put those Firebases on here. They were at the end of production, all sold out. Even the little people sold out. $25 is great for that though. Falcon Sweep, $70, sold out. It's just an insult to even leave it on there. I'm pissed. I want vengeance. I want revenge for my fallen Firebase. But either which way, let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it wasn't too painful to look over these images, but I wanted to create an archival piece to document all of the Firebases, the history, the fall, and what could have been. Big shout out to the customizers and the Reddit users that have been keeping the dream alive. And let me know how many of these you would have bought down below. Shout out to you all. See you next time.